Hello, 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 tea. Happy good morning to you again from the Beaver Bog. We're here again today. One of the things that I have been intentionally doing as I've been coming to the woods these last few years to try to learn to hear the voice of the Lord is ask Him, Lord Jesus, give me eyes that see, ears that hear, and a heart that understands all the ways you are longing to communicate to me, because I know that you are speaking all the time in more ways than I can imagine. You're longing to talk to me more than I'm longing to listen to you or talk to you, which is unfortunate. Like, transform that in me too while you're at it. And so anyways, as I was walking home, hightailing it home yesterday with my bright eyes and my bushy hair, this tree, which is one of my favorite trees on the Beaver Loop, caught my attention again. And this random thought came into my head, like, that tree sort of reminds me of us. And I've learned to pay attention to these random thoughts that come into my mind, because oftentimes they're like God's little invitations, like, come down this rabbit trail with me, and because I have some things that I want you to discover. And so I did. So I was thinking about this beaver tree, right? And look at it, okay? Oh my goodness, it's huge. I don't, around the Beaver Loop at least, usually see trees this huge that beavers have attempted to cut down. But look at all the way down at the bottom here. They were nearly through. This tree is huge. And I often think as I walk by this tree, like, why did they quit? What made them stop? And yesterday, as I was thinking about that, like, I feel like the random thought came into my mind, like, you know why they quit? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I do. They were tired. They were weary. They didn't realize how long it was going to take them to cut down this tree when they started. And they decided then it was hard, too hard. And so they settled for something else. They went and found another tree to chop down. And I feel like that's really similar to where Mike and I have found ourselves. You know, there are things that God has put in us, desires and dreams that He's been birthing in our heart. And so we've been believing Him for them, and we've been praying, and we've been saying, Lord Jesus, come and just touch us and do in us everything you need to do in us so that we can partner with you again to release your heart into this world in all the ways that you're longing to. And so we thought that it was going to be like a lot quicker. You know what I mean? We didn't realize it was going to be so hard between like the time between our yes and like actually seeing God do the things that, you know, we feel like He put in our hearts that He was going to partner with us to do. And so a few months ago, I was really weary. I was really discouraged before bed and tired. And I'm learning that, like, when you're tired, it's not really a good time to like think about these deep thoughts, because before you know it, you end up like partnering with the spirit of discouragement and in this like downward spiral, and that never ends well. So anyways, so I'm like, Lord, I'm not going to think anymore tonight. I just ask you before I go to bed, would you really please provide some encouragement for me, Lord? I don't want to quit on you. I don't want to stop hoping. I don't want to settle for anything less than everything that your blood and death and burial and resurrection accomplished for me on the cross. But I'm tired, God. I'm tired and I'm weary, and it seems hard. And so I know that I'm wimpy. God, come and strengthen my faith, please, and keep me pressing on with you. Like, give me endurance, you know, like keep me stumbling forward on my knees sometimes, on my claws other times. So anyways, the next morning, before Mike went to work, he said, you know, Karen, I woke up in the middle of the night and this like random thought came into my mind, and I wrote it down, and I feel like God, you know, would have me share it with you. And I'm like, okay, what is it? And he said, this is what it says. He says, all the things that you are longing for are closer than you think. And I was like, God, that is so good of you. Thank you. I received that as from you, because I prayed last night that you would provide me encouragement, and you woke up my husband instead of me, because I was really tired. You woke him up and gave him a message for me, because you want me to know that you see, that you hear, that you are with me, that you are strengthening my steps, and that like I'm not delusional. You know what I mean? These are things that you have put in our hearts. So anyways, that thought about the beavers and everything, this tree and them quitting, you know, before it was actually down, made me think as I was walking home, I wonder what other things I could learn from the beavers, you know? Because, right, didn't Jesus do that when He was on the earth? He was always like, look at the flowers, look at the trees, look at the grass, look at the farmer and the fields and the sheep and the shepherds. And, you know, if we would like stop and look, open our eyes and look and be still and hear, you know what I mean? We would really, the world really has a lot to teach us about God and about eternity and about the things that are important to God's heart. And so I went home, and when I had a few minutes, I looked up some things about beavers. Now, surprisingly enough, the main thing that stuck out to me was not that beavers are busy, for gosh sake. Could we stop with all the frenetic activity? We are not chickens running around. I mean, we are acting like we're chickens, running around with our heads cut off. The sky is falling, the world's coming to an end, We are not chickens. We are sons and daughters of the Most High God. Like, He never made us to be busy, and run around doing like pointless things, frenetic activity. No. He made us to live connected to His heart. He never created us to do things for Him. Who are we to think that we could do anything for Him anyways? He's the God of the universe, for Pete's sake. No, God created us because He wanted a family. And so anyways, busyness was not one of the things about the beaver. Coming close to the heart of God is what we're supposed to do, and learning what's on His heart and what makes His heart beat, and like learning to live attached to Him, right? Jesus said, when He walked on the earth, He didn't run around frantically. He said, no, I only do those things that I see my Father doing. I only say those things that I hear my Father saying. And I think, Jesus, I need you then to teach me to see. I need you to teach me to hear. I need you to teach me how to live from the place of like my heart pressed against your chest, so that your heartbeat is the loudest thing in my ears, and that is what's determining everything that I do. And so anyways, looked up stuff about the beavers, right? The first thing that really caught my attention was that beavers are one of the few animals that modify their habitat. And I was like, wow, what do you know? That sounds familiar. That seems like something we're supposed to do as children of the King of the universe, right? You're the light of the world. God didn't make us the light of the world so that we would like hide it in a church building. No, He made it so that we would find a hill to shine on, that the darkness would be transformed into light, right? So one of the few animals that modify their habitat. The other thing that really caught my attention, and I knew this before, but like the Lord kind of highlighted it to me again, was that beavers' teeth never stop growing. Constant use keeps them sharp, strong, and healthy. If they don't constantly use their teeth, they would grow up to 4 feet long in a year, which is longer than the beaver's whole body, right? You don't really see many beavers walking around with their teeth growing through them, right? Because that's what would happen if they didn't constantly use their teeth, if they didn't constantly, like use them for the purpose they were given to them, right? It keeps them sharp and strong and healthy. And I thought, gosh, Lord, that is really like us sometimes too, right? You've put your spirit in us. You know what I mean? And when we don't learn to live attached to your spirit, like we become listless, we become discouraged. We look exactly like the world around us that we were sent to partner with you to transform. And so, like everything, right? Sometimes it seems, it reminded me of the words of a song, or I felt like it was the beginning of a song, right? So I wrote a song about the beavers. It's called Look at the Beavers, and I wanted to share it with you. It goes, and also I feel like I'm kind of channeling my inner redneck in this song. It's all that we all got it in us sometimes. We just need to let it out, So anyways, here we go. Look at the beavers. It goes. Look at the beavers, tell me, what do you see? They're all faithfully being what they're made to be, transforming their world and their territory from invisible blueprints that our eyes can't see. Yeah, look at us beavers, just open your eyes. There's some things we got figured that you don't realize, like teeth are a gift meant for chopping down wood, and if you don't use them, it don't go too good. Turn the page. Second verse. Ready? When you find yourself gnawing more than you can chew, when the tree is so big that you'll never chaw through, don't quit, call your family, your chums and your mates, then chomp it together, whatever it takes, 'cause dams they need building and lodges do too, to make this space a place that's worth coming home to. Yeah, some things are worth doing and others are not, and when you stop chewing, when you start to rot. Yeah, when you stop chewing's when you start to rot. And once you've gotten rotten, tell me, what good is that? It's not what we beeves were made for. No siree, it is not. So I looked at the beavers and I opened my eyes, and what I saw there helped me to realize that I carry within me the heart of the king, so I can release him to everything. Yeah, his heart's my purpose, and he is why I sing. So today, I want you to think about the beavers and how they live, right? With their purpose, who God made them to be. And I just encourage you again to come close to the heart of God. Let him tell you who you are. Let him teach you how to live from the overflow of his heart within you. And have a really blessed day.